Alright, what's good y'all? Soul here, and welcome back to my story mode. So, you've seen the title and you've seen the thumbnail. You know and I know why we're both here. Last week, I posted a video talking about the Mega Evolutions that I would like to see going into Pokemon Legends ZA. And after that, I made sure to pass you guys the mic so you guys could tell me what Mega Evolutions you guys would like to see. I think the intent here is pretty damn clear, so why don't we stop beating around the bush and talk about some of the Mega Evolutions that you guys said that you would like to see in Pokemon Legends ZA. As per usual, we're going to start on the Discord side because Discord gets priority. So, next time we do one of these, if you would like to get your answer prioritized, make sure to join the Discord. Aside from that though, why don't we go ahead and get started. First along, we have TrueCBE, who says, Mega Incineroar for the internet to melt, Mega Dragonite because it should already exist. I could absolutely, without a doubt, see Twitter having a meltdown if Incineroar actually got a Mega Evolution before one of their favorites. I wouldn't be mad about it. In fact, I think it would be really funny solely because I do think it's a little on the unnecessary side. However, I kind of want all of the starters to have some kind of Mega form by now, and that includes Incineroar, so I think it would just be something. And you already know good and well that I more than agree with Dragonite. Next up, we have the homie Trix, who says, Mega Charizard Z. Also, I feel the starters should be given a Mega Evolution. This is 1000% not the last time Charizard Z is going to be mentioned today, I promise you. If it actually does end up happening, it's because Game Freak likes to actually meme at this point. They know damn well we do not need a Charizard Z, but if we get one, they are laughing about it when they actually drop the Mega because we would be in flame. The internet would be in flames over that. But like I said a moment ago, I also agree that if the Gen 1 and Gen 3 starters could get Mega Evolutions, I feel like all the starters deserve Mega Evolutions. Next up, we have a chunky one from Crispy Boys, who says, they're counterparts, so I think it would be perfect, but Mega Mismagius and Mega Honchkrow. Honchkrow is my favorite Pokemon, and I've always wanted to see it get some new form, but it's actually Mega Mismagius who I think has more potential here. Perhaps it's out of the running because we got Fluttermane recently, but we got Paradox as a Pokemon with Megas. Imagine a Mega Mismagius with a Fairy or Fire or some other subtyping. Once upon a time, there was a time where I believed that when the Gen 4 remakes were on the horizon, I fully believed that it was possible for us to receive Mega Evolutions again. And amongst the Gen 4 mons who I absolutely believe deserved a Mega Evolution, Honchkrow was for sure one of them. I personally always thought that Honchkrow was an absolute badass. It's got that like mob boss kind of look going for it. It's real mysterious looking. It's real cool. I've always loved this design. I don't know what a design for a Mega Evolution would look like, but I feel like it would be really cool. I absolutely agree with that. I did always feel like Mismagius, on the other hand, was definitely underrated. However, I personally didn't think too much about it solely because I preferred the design for Misdreavus. So like when it evolved, I was kind of like whatever about it. So I've honestly never really used a Mismagius now that I think about it. Me personally, I think I like the design for Fluttermane more because it's just like a bigger, cuter Misdreavus, but I could absolutely vibe with a Mega Evolution for this Pokemon, and it would absolutely deserve one and get one if Honchkrow got one. Being complete parallels of each other, yeah, that's kind of a mandatory. Since it's got like the whole like witchy design going on, I could definitely see some kind of like fairy typing or fire typing as a replacement for its dark typing, because dark is a weird typing to have on this thing. But either way, I think it deserves it. Next up, we've got the homie Maximus, who says, Mega Emboar could turn Emboar into like a more beastly form that more resembles a wild boar, and have an ability that increases the power of a move that's used over and over, like metronomes. And Mega Meganium just because Meganium needs more love, and it would be cool having a giant leaf dinosaur, maybe giving it a secondary typing of rock or ground and give it chlorophyll as an ability. I could absolutely see Emboar getting a more like Ganon pig-like design, kind of like the one at the end of Breath of the Wild that looks like a giant beastly pig. I would absolutely rock with that. Emboar would be so scary, and I would love it. I would use that all the time. Mega Meganium feels a little bit on the harder side to justify only because we do have a lot of dinosaur Pokemon already, and we literally have like a long neck ice dinosaur that kind of stole the vision that I would have for like a true dinosaur version of Meganium. But if we could make it happen, that'd be super cool. Again, if one starter has a Mega, all starters should have Megas. I'ma keep saying it. After that, we got a little something something from Rice Stack, who says, Tinkaton and Phalanx. I really hope they primarily focus on giving Pokemon from Gens 5 to 9 Megas, since we already have so many pre-Gen 5 Megas. For one thing, I absolutely agree with you on both Tinkaton and Phalanx. I've already explained why I would absolutely love to see a Mega Evolution on Tinkaton, but when it comes to Phalanx, I would absolutely adore if that Pokemon got some crazy, like, Mecha Fusion situation for its Mega Evolution, because I absolutely adore Phalanx, one of my favorite Pokemon to use throughout Sword and Shield, easily. However though, I'm not sure if I agree with the statement that they should only focus on generations 5 to 9 getting Mega Evolutions, only because when you really think about it, we have a total of 48 Mega Evolutions overall, and even by 4th gen, we already have about like 400 to 500 Pokemon. In reality, it's not a big number, and I feel like Generation 3 primarily got the most only because it was the only generation that was dedicated to its own region receiving Mega Evolutions. It's funny, when you look back at it, most 6th gen Pokemon don't have Mega Evolutions. That was the generation it was introduced in. That's insane to me. And finally, to end off the Discord side of things, we have Scoobs, who says, I think a Mega Roserade would be cool. When it Mega Evolves, its flowers change into sharp thorns. Another Mega that would be cool is Golurk. Its Mega form could be that it has unleashed the energy inside of it. And Yveltal and Xerneas will get something. Don't know if it will be a Mega or something new. I agree with Mega Roserade. I think I mentioned that in my previous video. The only reason I don't see Golurk getting a Mega is because it just got a new regional form or like evolution recently, so I don't know if they would actually pay any more attention to it than they already have, but the concept in of itself could be really cool. And I absolutely agree, as the box art legends of 6th generation, those two Pokemon will get something. It could be an origin form, it could be a Mega Evolution, it could be both, who knows? You never know what they're cooking up there. But whatever they got, I'm here for it. Those Pokemon are kind of underrated. Kicking off the YouTube side of things, we have O033, who says, Charizard Z unapologetically. I knew it, bro. You're a demon. Moving on. We have Rin, who says, Delcatty. As cool as that could be, I feel like Delcatty is in need of something way more than just a Mega Evolution, because that would imply that I would have to train up a Skitty to evolve into a Delcatty to then actively keep on my team to utilize Mega Evolution. I think that Skitty and Delcatty need a complete just redux. Completely. This is a little bit of a spoiler for a future video, but I feel like Delcatty could benefit a lot more from a regional form than a Mega Evo. More on this later. Next up, we have Brendan Velasco 240, who says, B-Barrel. Yeah, sure, why not? I could absolutely see that. It's a pretty good mon, it's got some okay stats, you know? I feel like it deserves to be a lot more than our constant HM slave every time we run through 4th gen. It could do a lot more than that. Next along is Nightmares 250, who says, Greninja, because it's in Kalos. At this point, I think I'd be shocked if the Kalos starters didn't get Mega Evolutions, because why the hell not? I just hope that they actually get creative and don't just give us Ash Greninja, because that would be really, really boring. As cool as Ash Greninja is, I want something original and unique for its Mega Evolution. We got the next one here from Joseph DeMille 6590, who says, Tyranitum is amazing design-wise, but its typing renders it rather untenable for competitive. Maybe a Mega with a new ability could help. It's absolutely my favorite 6th gen mon and deserves the love. Also, I would like to see Mega Empoleon, assuming Piplup is one of the starters. I wholeheartedly agree. Me personally, I like Tyranitum way more than Amora. Its design is really cool, its moveset ain't too bad, and with an extra typing and a little bit more power, it could go absolutely ham on the battlefield. And in a game like Legends, there's absolutely no reason for them to hold back on something like that. Because it's a 6th gen fossil Pokemon, I feel like it might get a little more love this time around. Here's to hoping. And I've already said my piece on Empoleon. I really do fully believe that it's going to be a starter Pokemon, and if it is, I really want to see a Mega Evolution for it. I feel like that would be the sickest thing ever. Next along, we have the homie JGR, who says, I'd love to see Dragonite and Yanmega get Mega Evos. Can you guys imagine Dragonite and Mega Yanmega or Mega Yanma and JP? I hope you know it took me like 6 tries to get through reading that correctly. Jesus Christ! Anyway, you guys already know good and well how I feel about Dragonite getting a Mega Evolution. It deserves one, and I hope it gets one. As far as Mega Yamega, yeah, I would love to see that. I think that also deserves it, especially because it's one of the GOATs of 4th gen. Absolutely. I don't know if I would change anything typing-wise or anything like that, but I would still love to see them get that little bit of a power boost, because why the hell not? Next up, we've got the homie Devesta, who says, Bruxish. No, I'm not elaborating. Now, I'm about to say to you exactly what I replied to you when you first posted that. Yeah, that emoji. What the hell, bro? What are you thinking, man? Anyway, after that, we have Jake McGoldrick, who says, Gen 5 and 6 got shafted with lack of Megas, so how about Mega Chandelure and Mega Aegislash with busted attack and defense at the same time? Are you referring to both of these Pokemon having their Mega Evolutions have both busted attack and defense at the same time? I mean, for Aegislash, I guess it kind of makes sense because, you know, it's a sword and a shield, so why the hell not? And I guess in Aegislash's case, it would be like a really busted special attacker and special defender. Is that what you're getting at? Because I could absolutely see that. I totally agree that Chandelure could make a really cool Mega Evolution. I don't know what the design would be or what the typing change would be there, but I'm all for it if you've got something in mind already. And you guys already know how I feel about Aegislash. I absolutely think it's probably going to get one anyway. After that, we throw it to Night Panda, who says, Mega Nidoking and Nidoqueen would be cool. I absolutely agree with that statement. When they were picking Generation 1 Mons who deserved to get Mega Evolutions, I would have thought that these two were an absolute shoo-in. I don't know what happened in that decision process, but whatever. Better late than never, I would love to see it happen. After that, we've got Dante Infernape, who says, I'd say Flygon, but everyone wants that already. I mean, can you blame him? He's amazing. I'll go with Mega Dragalge and Mega Noibat. Awesome dragons who don't get the love they deserve. You can even switch the types. Noibat can become Dragon Dark, really bringing home the bat concept, and Dragalge becomes Dragon Fairy. No real reason, just thought it would be cool to have a Gen 6 equivalent to Spiritomb when it first came out. A no weakness dragon type also buffed with the power of a fairy type is an absolutely disgustingly powerful idea. Hand it over. Let's go. I've never really messed much with Dragalge because I didn't really care much for its design, but I do know that it's already generally pretty powerful, so a Mega Evolution with fairy typing would be absolutely insane. But again, if the Legends game is going in the direction that we think it is, I think it's okay to have some busted mons like that every now and again, so hey, why not? Absolutely. And then of course I already mentioned Noivern previously in my other video, you guys already know, I would absolutely love to have that, because why the hell not? Next along here is Wheaties, who says, Mega Klefki, and it's an orbital ring of keys. Mega Dunsparce, and it becomes an Ouroboros eating its own tail for infinite segments and is dragon type. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on the channel before, but fun fact about me, Klefki has my least favorite design in the entirety of the Pokemon series. A ring of keys is crazy. Why did they do that? Either way, if you think they could turn it into something cool, I would love to see them try to do something like that. Now, as far as Mega Dunsparce goes, I would love to see it, but also they wouldn't do it, because we couldn't even get a good regular Mega Evolution. We got Dunsparce. Absolutely hilarious. They're not gonna give us a good Mega Evolution if they were to do that. They would meme on us, absolutely. But on the off chance that they do actually decide to do something cool, that would be great. Next is Flamer, who says, I would like to see Mega Baxcalibur. And with Baxcalibur being based on Godzilla, I would love to see a Dragon Fire type Mega Baxcalibur based on Burning Godzilla. And Mega Delmise could be a fun one. I wouldn't worry too much about the fact that it's a Generation 9 Pokemon because 9 times out of 10, they're most likely going to introduce a good handful of Pokemon from Generation 9 that will get Mega Evolutions. So I wouldn't think too hard about it. However, the fire type switch up would go absolutely insane. It completely switches what it's weak to in the moment for a Mega Evolution. I am absolutely more than with that. Especially if you're basing it on Godzilla, that is hype as hell, man. I like that idea a lot. And then there's Delmise. I don't really think much about Delmise, but I feel like a Mega Evolution would absolutely put it in a more deserving limelight. Next along is Wes Unite, who says, Mega Lugia and Mega Pikachu. Come on! It's truly baffling to me that of all the gimmicks that they've introduced in Pokemon so far, Pikachu, Raichu, whatever, didn't get the first one that they introduced. That is super weird, right? Right after Mega Evolution, which they didn't get, all of a sudden, Raichu got a regional form, Pikachu got a Z-move, and a Gigantamax form. What? I guess if there was ever a time to introduce a new Mega Evolution for your mascot of all things, I feel like Legend ZA would probably be that time, so let's see that. And yes, I agree, Lugia would be sick with a Mega Evo. And by proxy, Ho-Oh as well. After that, we have Fossil Dragon, who says, I really just want to see more Mimikyu and maybe Galvantula. Like I said in my previous video, I am absolutely more than down for the concept of a Mega Mimikyu, especially if they capitalize on the concept of like a shadow being underneath that fake Pikachu cloak. And then there's Galvantula. I don't really know what to do with Galvantula if you were to make it a Mega Evolution. Maybe like add another typing, of course, maybe something to replace the bug typing, maybe like a Ghost or Dark or something. I don't really know. Again, I haven't really messed too heavy with Galvantula, but I know it's fast, so I don't know. Capitalize on that maybe. But I think it could be cool. Next is Shackleton James TV, who says, Mega Sylveon. It is also very strange that none of the evolutions got Mega Evolutions. However, I think Sylveon could be a good shoo-in idea, because Sylveon, like Fairy typing, and everything about it, was completely introduced in 6th generation. Considering this is a 6th generation based game, I would absolutely see them doing something like that. Could be really cool. Don't know how they would do it, but I feel like it's going to be absolutely busted. Can't wait. After that, we have Cameron Knuckles, who says, I'd love a Mega Haxorus. It could gain either the Steel type or even Big type could be cool. I'd also like to see Mega Heliolisk. It could lose its normal typing and gain Fire to really tie in the Sun aspects of its design. Haxorus getting another typing is terrifying as hell. That Pokemon is so damn cool. Absolutely one of the underrated goats of the Dragon typing. Would love to see it get a Mega Evolution. Don't care what it ends up being, I know it'd be sick. What is Big typing? I don't know what you meant by that. Feel free to explain that to me. And then Heliolisk, I never really had an attachment to that Pokemon. However, I know that it's not too bad, especially in 7th Gen when it was introduced. So, you know, if you have an idea for its Mega Evo, that could make it really cool. Absolutely. It's an electric type, right? So, yeah, that would be pretty damn neat if it were to get that fire electric typing. We don't have too many of those. Next, we have Pinkie Pie, who says, Mega Mousehold with a trillion billion children. I don't know what number that was, so I just put illions, as many as I could. Yeah, no, I would love to see that as a concept, because realistically, they could fit about like 30 maybe on the screen before things start to break. Assuming that we're still using the Switch at this point, I think it would be absolutely hilarious. Dude, imagine Population Bomb with that many mouseholds. Jesus actual Christ. After that, we have Rico Mannon, who says, here's a curveball. I would like Mega Tropius, Mega Floatzel, and Megas for every single starter Pokemon. I agree that Mega Tropius absolutely deserves more recognition, and if that so happens to be in the form of a Mega Evolution, absolutely so be it. Make it a bigger tree thing, and give it more bananas. Yeah, that would be sick as hell. A Mega Tropius would go craziest. What? You know what? I'm leaving that in. That would go crazy. And then Mega Floatzel? Yeah, I could see that. I don't know what we would do other than like either add on a random typing or just buff it, but I like Floatzel a lot. Capitalize on its speed or something like that for its design, and we've got an absolute jet. Moving along, we have Munchrai, who says, Mega Dusknoir and Probopass are hands down the Megas I want to see the most. Dusknoir has been wallowing in obscurity since Eviolite came out, and Probopass just has a lot of really interesting aspects that make it very fitting and simultaneously hilarious. Its plethora of electric type coverage could justify rock or steel electric typing, and I'd also love to see a stat flip to turn those massive defensive into massive offenses with some extra speed from the stat boost. Yeah, no, I could absolutely see that, especially a Mega Dusknoir of all things, because, I mean, I wouldn't say he's been wallowing in obscurity completely, but I can see why, you know, it would be a lot more beneficial to use the Eviolite over evolving into a Dusknoir. So yeah, no, give us a Mega Dusknoir that's really cool and big and scary, maybe with an even bigger mouth stomach thing with some sharp teeth. Oh man, design-wise, they could go absolutely balls to the wall with that. And you know what? I've never truly used a Probopass, so I didn't know it had coverage like that. I really gotta use one of these days. But yeah, you give an absolutely valid reason and everything. I feel like this is probably the most well-explained description I've seen for getting a Mega Evolution by far, even amongst my own. That's, yeah, absolutely. And finally, to end things off, here we have Jay Does Stuff, who says, I want to see a Mega Porygon Z that hopefully fixes all its glitches. That, and I just want Porygon in Legend ZA. Also, I think it'd be cool if Venusaur and Blastoise got second Megas like Charizard to balance things out between the 3 Kanto starters. In that sense, when it comes to balancing out how many Megas the starters have, you would have to give some to more Legendaries too, because Mewtwo has Mega Mewtwo X and Y, so I don't know if that's necessary per se, but I see where you're coming from, and I wouldn't mind it if they decided to do something like that. And as far as Porygon goes, yes, 1000% absolutely. Porygon Z used to be one of my favorite Pokemon for so long, until it eventually just kind of fizzled out. But I still love Porygon Z as a concept, design-wise, and just everything about it. So yeah, I rock with that concept. Let's make it happen, y'all. But with that, it seems that just about does it for this one. Now, there was a lot of you guys telling me, like, a lot down there, man. Y'all, some of y'all had, like one for every region. I asked for 2, bro. Y'all went crazy, but I understand. It's a very exciting thing to talk about, especially during the speculation ages when we have absolutely no idea what we could possibly be getting into and what Pokemon are even viable for Mega Evolutions at this point. But I still think it was really cool. I did read every single one of these comments, and they were a lot of fun to go through because a lot of these ideas are really exciting. So we could absolutely continue talking about this, so I'll tell you what, enough likes on this one here, and we could do a part 2 of this, and you guys could give me even more Pokemon you guys would like to see as Mega Evolutions. But other than that, yeah, I think that just about wraps it up here, because it does appear to be Skedaddle O'Clock. But before I go, I'm passing the mic over to you, and you tell me, if you didn't see a Pokemon that you would like to have a Mega Evolution listed in this video here, what Pokemon would you like to see? Do you agree with everything on this list? Do you see a lot of Pokemon that you believe absolutely deserve a Mega Evolution? Or do you agree with a lot of the ones listed here and you feel like you have a better list of Pokemon that deserve their own Mega Evolutions? Tell me everything that you guys are thinking in the comment section below, because you know for a fact that I am always going to be down there with you guys. But with that, it does appear to be officially Skedaddle O'Clock. So I would like to thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment, and consider subscribing for more content just like this here. And with that, I'm gone. So thanks again, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Do me the greatest favor of taking good ass care, and I'll see you all next time.